Welcome to my channel. If you're here to learn a little bit more about the Sinclair Primer Pocket Uniformer tool, stick around. Welcome back to the channel, and if this is your first time, welcome. If you would like to learn a little bit more about the equipment that I use to increase the consistency of my reloads, stick around to the end of the whole video. Guys, so you can see that what we're going to talk about today is a Sinclair Primer Pocket Uniforming Kit. As far as I'm aware, there's actually basically only two places, which was really one place, that you can actually pick this thing up, either on Brownells or Sinclair, which I believe honestly is the same website, just with a different name on it. But to each and to his own. The part number we're going to talk about today is part number 749-013-944MS. I will probably include a link in the description box below. I will say that this is just the kit that I purchased. The different pieces of this kit are available singularly if you decide you don't need the whole kit, which may very well be the case. We'll talk a little bit about the kit before we start doing our quick demonstration. As you can see in this kit, there's a case, 3 separate cutting heads, the power tool to hook to a power screwdriver, and the manual handle. You might wonder, well, why are there only 3 bits? Well, guys, actually, small rifle and small pistol primer pockets are actually cut to the same depth. The only difference between the large rifle, large pistol is actually a slightly different dimension than the large, and so there's 2 different bits for these. There is another piece to this kit. If you're a 50 BMG reloader, there is another adapter you can buy for this, but I'm not, so I didn't decide to spend my money on that today. Let's go over real quick. Each one of these cutting bits is very nicely laser marked with the individual part number for identification. However, if you just keep them in order, you shouldn't have any problem. I'm simply going to take the large rifle primer cutter and the power adapter and insert them. These fit very tightly and very nice, and simply take an Allen key, tighten a little bit, and we're ready to go. I'm going to take my power screwdriver, insert my bit. I'll be honest, guys, after using the handle just a little bit, and having the power adapter, I'm not sure that I will ever again use my handle. The power adapter for me is the only way to go, though to each and to their own if you feel like doing this manually. I'll cut one over my bench real quick. I'll put pictures along the screen because I'm really not sure how it's going to come out with a video. But here we have a wonderfully clean piece of brass, nicely annealed, and the primer pocket on this is clean, but not perfect. I will say that I've gone through most of this 25-piece lot of this Hornady, and I was certainly surprised in going through here. The amount of brass I was removing varying from case to case. So I'm really hoping, guys, this is going to increase the consistency of my loads. If you're new to the channel, subscribe and stick around. I'll probably do a follow-up doing comparison between a group that is and is not primer pocket uniformed to see if we really are seeing a difference. Moving right along, I'm going to show you a quick demonstration of this, put some photos on the screen so you can kind of see it in different stages. Now, I obviously haven't done this one yet, but we'll see how it goes. Some of these take very little time, some of them take more. So, put it on there. Even though it's power adapter, they recommend you to actually use low speed. The bit on this cutter is very sharp, and so far, I really haven't any problems using it. And there you have it, guys. One beautifully cleaned primer pocket. Probably can't see it in the video very well, but again, I'll show you what it looks like. Going way too slow on the video, but this can take a pretty short amount of time. Let me go back through one more real quick when I'm actually paying a little bit better attention to what I'm doing. And there you go, another primer pocket, nicely uniformed. Guys, initially I was going to do my demonstration with my Lapua 6.5 Creedmoor brass, but it actually barely removed any material from the primer pockets whatsoever. So it was actually very quick, and it was more difficult to see the difference in the primer pockets. You might want to ask yourselves, well, why in the world would you want to uniform primer pockets? And honestly, I thought a little bit about myself. If you watch my large primer test video, one of the questions that I got from one of my viewers was, were the primer pockets uniform before I did the test? And actually, the answer to that question is no. I simply didn't think it was worth the time. I looked a little bit into it. Like I've mentioned before, I'm actually reading Glenn Zidecker's book about reloading for competition, and in there, he actually says it's not a horrible idea, so I thought I would give it a try. But again, like everything else in this channel, guys, we'll test it out, and you guys can decide for yourselves. Why did I pick the Sinclair? Sinclair is pretty well known for manufacturing high-quality reloading equipment, and I certainly didn't want to skimp with this. Number two, this tool is not adjustable. There are other primer pocket uniforms out there on the market that you can actually adjust the depth of what you're cutting on the cutter, and that's not something I wanted. I didn't want that simply because I didn't want to take the chance of uniforming one lot to a certain depth and then uniforming a different lot to a different depth. I would like all of mine to be uniform to the same depth so I don't have to wonder what I cut it to and have one more piece of documentation I need to keep with my reloading equipment. Obviously, among other things, this does a very nice job of cleaning out your primer pockets if it does nothing else. Obviously, it removes a little bit of brass from the primer pockets. Some people are going to be concerned that that's weakening the head of the case. It really isn't a very significant amount. Guys, basically anything we do to increase the uniformity of our cases from case to case, I think probably is likely going to help us with the consistency of our loads. I'm not going to tell you that primer pocket cleaning, uniforming is a must. Certainly, I wouldn't feel that way with blinking ammo, but hey, teaching to their own, everyone's reloading process is their own. Guys, that's basically it. Thank you guys for watching. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, turn on the bell icon so you get notified when I post new videos. Tell me what you guys think of the Sinclair Primer Pocket Uniforming tool. Do you have one? Are you thinking of getting one? Have you bought one? Have you guys been using one of these for years? If you're a Primer Pocket Uniform kind of guy, tell me in the comments below, what have you found with your reloading experience? Has it improved your loads? Is it just something you do just because? Or is it an absolute must with your long-range rifle reloading? Guys, let me know all that information in the comments below. Thank you again for watching. Thank you for all the new subscribers. Thank you all my subscribers out there. I appreciate you guys coming back to watch another video. Until next week, guys, stay safe and small groups to everyone.